The Brandon Peters Show may contain explicit language and detailed plot points. For more information on the show, stay tuned to the end of the episode. And now, here's Brandon.
Welcome back to Old Space Show. I am Brandon, and this is my co-captain, Jim.
Hello, I'm feeling kind of spacey. How about you?
I'm going to fill all that space with good chat about Space 1999, which is what we're talking about here on this edition of Old Space Shows. We go through the travelogue of the second season, where the moon is knocked out of orbit, wandering through outer space. That was a weird Shatner moment. The population of its human-built colony hoping to stumble upon a new home. Today, we are talking about the second episode, The Exiles.
Mysterious objects in the space sky. In them, humans from another planet, preserved in a frozen state for 300 years. Two who return to consciousness on the moon have a grim story to tell. But can they be trusted?
All right, The Exiles, directed by Ray Austin, another director carryover that people that they had signed from season one to continue on, and then it got canceled. And they're like, we can get other jobs. Like, no, you're already contracted to us. Also written by Donald James, a newcomer writer who will write 3 episodes for this season. And he wrote 1 episode of The Avengers. He wrote a couple of The Saint, Mission Impossible, UFO, of course, and a lot of episodes of General Hospital. Some American touches in there. The guest stars are Peter Duncan and Stacey Dorning. Duncan was in the Flash Gordon movie. He's been on Coronation Street.
He was a young tree man.
A young treeman. A treeman. 3 episodes of Terry Nation Survivors, and just lots of general TV work guest starring. Nothing where he had like a lead or anything like that. Dorning was this was her first role after Adventures of Black Beauty, the TV series, for which she'd reprised her role in the 90s revamped one. Nothing. She's not like she wasn't working, but she had nothing notable afterward that hit me. And she seemed to have stopped acting after 1997.
She has those doll eyes, like those keen eyes.
Uh-huh.
Like her eyes are unnaturally huge. But yeah, she kind of reminds me of Christina Ricci in a way. In that way.
Yeah. I see that.
But yeah.
Yeah. This is an episode where I picked up on Russell's uniform being long skirt. But Koenig, the jackets, that's a thing now. And he wears he looks like a sci-fi Mr. Rogers kind of with that. It's like a sweater coat thing. But I like last time, I liked the Space 1999 jackets. I like them again here. In our prologue here, all is quiet and the universe around Alpha seems at peace. That is, until sensors detect a group of objects in space which resemble a swarm of space bees. When I thought they resembled those things that you put on 2 wires and you twist them. You know what I'm saying? Those plastic.
Oh, I didn't think of that, but yeah, they did.
And they changed.
I thought they looked like badminton birdies.
Yeah.
Personally, they look like red badminton birdies.
Yeah,
or maybe a red Dalek.
Right there you go. When they change course for Alpha, the base goes to a red alert. Eagles are launched to intercept, but before they come into range, they alter course again and go into lunar orbit, unable to penetrate the cylinders with sensors. Koenig and Maya take an Eagle up to investigate them. So he's already picking Maya over Alan Carter. But
totally. It's like Maya's like his new Victor, like immediately.
And she's like an expert on the bridge already. Like, oh, they're not training.
She's a new science officer.
Yeah.
They mentioned in another episode, I won't say which one, that she's a new science officer. So I guess, because she, knows that alien tech from the first episode, right. The Metamorph. Listen to our episode about that because we already talked about it. They bumped her right up to science, even though she doesn't have any knowledge of their science,
Right.
their tech, anything like that, like no context whatsoever. She's their science person.
Oh, she's here to stay. There was when the Eagle, so they bring it back, one of the things, the missiles back, but there was a impressive little dolly across the moon surface, like when the Eagle's landing with the missile, that I was like, well, that's kind of a bold move here with those models and things. Like it seemed, I was impressed.
Yeah, the new FX shots are definitely noticeable in this season. They definitely upgraded the FX, and again, I noticed in the first. I mean, we mentioned the first season how they kept reusing FX shots over and over, like the one shot of them moving in and out of orbit, or the one coming up and down. This one, it seems like they have a lot more varied shots than they did in the first season. There seems to be more. Less of a reusing of the same sequences over and over. Rather, it seems like the effects are actually shot for the episode rather than the other way around.
Yeah, so
which is cool.
Yeah, and they still use those tunnel travel shots. So those are reused.
But this time they're brought to you by T-Mobile because they have that pink.
They're pink.
They didn't have last time.
True. So they bring this thing into the base. They want to open up this capsule, and they do.
Oh my God, I got to talk about this. I'm sorry, I have to talk about this. Okay. They bring it into a cave so they can open it up, right?
Yeah.
They bring it into a cave. First of all, in this cave are giant signs that say danger.
Yes.
Everywhere. There's like 5 of them, and they all light up. They've got to be like 5 foot by 2 feet, and they light up, and all they say is danger. And it's not like they turn on when something happens.
Right.
Or they're always on through the whole thing. Okay. So good on them.
Currently danger. Still currently danger.
Yeah, in case you didn't see this giant sign that says danger, there's 4 more of them over here. And then secondly, they bring down a laser to try to cut it open. And evidently their laser is based on scuba technology somehow. Because like they said, bring down the laser, and they have this rack, and it's all this scuba gear, all these like air tanks that come down, and then a laser comes out. Like, how is the scuba powering a laser? I don't get that at all. It's so confusing.
Oh yeah, well they break it open, and there's a person inside, and they're like, "Oh, we killed him," and I just immediately my mind. Like hiding people in missiles, that's a plot point of Star Trek Into Darkness, isn't it? Like
I don't know.
Wasn't Peter Weller like hiding people in missiles, like, and that's why like
oh right,
Cumberbatch Khan was like pissed, like, and they were trying to like hide them and like shoot them at people like in a thing to like kill them. I was like, whoa! So like that immediately clicked on that with me. I was like, oh okay. J.J. Abrams.
I also noticed that maybe he did crib from this. I also noticed that their laser and their like I don't know what you want to call it, like capsule cracking technology, because it just looked like it was there to like break into something.
Right.
Everything was controlled by like 70s stereo dials.
Yes.
Like there are these big silver dials with no marking on them, and they show like Maya turning one up. I'm like, what is she mixing a Steely Dan album? What the hell is going on over
there? Oh my gosh. We're in the studio with Steely Dan.
Hey, bring up that treble on the bass on the back end.
Oh man. So this body gets rushed to the medical center where he's revived, and it turns out the pods are cryogenic chambers, and Koenig wants to know more about how they work. He orders another one brought down so they can try to open it without damaging it. And they select one paired with Kantar's. That's his name, Kantar. And with his help, they're able to open it the right way.
I got this for you. Kantar Zova of Golos.
Yeah, that's his wife, Zova. While she's being revived, Kantar asks Koenig to save the rest of his people before the gravity of the moon crushes the capsules. But Koenig tells him, like, Alpha's life support system can't support that many additional people. Kantar tells him that he and Zova could enhance the life support systems to more than compensate for them. Conan tells him no, but Tony and Helena ask him to reconsider, asking what price is too high for survival. Could they let all those people die without trying? Conan agrees to let them try after stunning Kantar to make sure their weapons are effective against them in case something goes wrong, to which Kantar is returned to the medical center to recover from being stunned, but he was faking it, so they thought it would work. But so right here, the difference between Series 1 and Series 2. It comes up that he's like, hey, what about my people? They're going to be crushed. They need a place to live. And Conan being like, but we don't have the life support here. This show says, well, I can fix it for you. This would be the episode for Series 1. They wouldn't be. It would be a debate how to figure it out, how to help them. It would be like that. I don't think.
And there'd be 20 minutes of can we trust them?
Right. Yes.
Are we sure they are who they say they are? How can we know their story is true? And this one, it's just like Tony and Helena are like, oh, come on, Commander, let them stay. Come on. They're so cute. Come on.
Well, it flips to the easy, we can fix your life support system type thing. And villain, like, we don't have the Bergman, like, at the end of this would be like, maybe we did make the right. What if we didn't make the right decision? We never know. You know, like one of those ponderances. But holy shit, Kantar's dubbed, isn't he? Yeah. I was like, whoa,
big time.
And he's not like a foreign.
I love how the alien
actor.
race. No, he's not. I think he's a British actor.
He's a British actor. He's not.
I thought it was also
foreign
amazing.
to the UK. Yeah.
Yeah. It's also amazing how this alien race is totally like us, except they have 3 stickers on their forehead.
Right. Yes.
That's the only difference between their species and ours.
That's why we are.
Is that they have stickers on their forehead.
Humanoid. And the Verdeshi. There's a scene where him and Helena and Verdeshi Koenig, they're all like pondering this stuff, and I was sitting there like, is Verdeshi supposed to be replacing Bergman here? Because he just does not make this trio. Like this is obviously was a script with Bergman in mind, and they just like scratched him out and put Verdeshi, and he does not work here. Like there's no chemistry with these two. Like there was a powerhouse chemistry with Bergman and Russell and Koenig that was like held together the last series, and he's just like there and just doesn't fit. And I'm like, why is he here?
He's like the cousin Oliver of Space 1999.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, like Sandra would have made more sense here. And she doesn't do much. And then when we
we got to get to the sculpting of the bust scene that was coming up, man. Best scene in the whole show, in the whole episode. Go ahead. Come on, bring it on. Well,
first up, we come back from a commercial break and like, what is up with the bikini and shades room on Alpha? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Like, okay. Kantar Zova.
You need a swinger room somewhere.
Yeah. Kantar and Zova begin work on modifying the life support systems to enable the rescue of their comrades. During her off time, Helena is sculpting a bust of herself for John. And while she's...
Hello? Is it me you're looking for? I'm sorry.
Hello? And while she's showing it to Maya, John stops by for a visit, but Maya transforms into Helena's double, and John
God.
which is the real Helena, and they like both kiss him, and he's asked if he can tell the difference, and he's like, there is no difference. And then Helena's like, tells him he's no longer like he figures out easily which one's which, but she's like, you can't have the bust I made for you then. And I'm like, Koenig won't be fooled, but what are these steamy games these two are playing here on Alpha now?
I know, and like he's making out with the alien lady with his girlfriend. Like, I don't know, man. Is there a little,
I mean,
you know,
this season has injected
Menage in 99 going on there?
Right, Menage. This season has injected like a looseness to the characters, and they crack smiles now, and they're less stoic. it's like
Absolutely.
everything's not as serious anymore. But he tells her that she is needed.
Were really, I'm sorry, Brandon. You make an excellent point. There's a new slang phrase I've been using a lot called po-faced, right?
Right.
Where you're just like self-serious and like unable to see. And the first season of this was extremely such.
Yeah.
And then this season is like shifting gears the opposite way. So you make an excellent point there. I'm sorry. I just wanted to emphasize that.
It's okay. You don't have to apologize for telling me my points are excellent. So it's all good.
Yes.
Good.
Well,
So he tells her she's needing life support, and there she checks on Kantar and Zova's progress. They tell her they're almost finished with the modifications. When they do finish, Kantar heads for the power room, which is off limits. Security guard tries to stun him to no effect. Kantar incapacitates the guard and enters the restricted area. Helena tries to sound the alarm, but is zapped or stopped by Zova. There's an explosion caused by their tampering, and Tony and Maya rush to the power room to investigate. When they arrive, Tony manages to set off the alarm before he's stunned. Maya tries to stop them by changing into a Black Panther. What is the budget on I don't know. The animal wrangling budget is the insurance has to be going up. But
there's a scene before this where there's an explosion. The explosion is caused by the tampering.
Right.
She turns into a gorilla.
Right.
The guy like crashed he's like trapped under a beam or whatever. And it's the cheapest gorilla suit you could possibly buy.
Yeah.
It's like the most like fake gorilla suit ever. You have to go with a real Black Panther or a real lion.
Yeah. It's like they melted a gorilla suit to make it like not look gorilla-ish, and they like put some green spray paint in spots. But yeah. So
plus I noticed these hippie kids from Golos, they also have a Vulcan neck pinch.
Yes, I call that the back pinch. Back. Yeah, the Vulcan back pinch. And they are dressed like a 70s tag team wrestling duo. Like they have matching outfits, and they got the face dots, and it's like, yeah, they're gonna wrestle.
Yeah, totally. But as they're going through on these people, like they set off this like sonic blast, right?
Yeah. It
just sounds like somebody like blasting out their EQ, and it's just like it drives everybody, to the ground or whatever before they start their little, whatever mutiny type deal that's going on here. And like, it's just hilarious to me that they go through and like Alan tries to take him out, and they just give him like a little tap on the back, on the small of the back, and he's down. Or the security guards come by, they tap him on the small of the back. Oh, like they've been struck.
Oh, it's so good.
Really funny.
But yeah, so Maya turns into Black Panther, not the superhero Black Panther, Black Panther, and she gets stunned by Zova, to which she they put a light around the Panther. When the light goes away, it's her, and she just falls over. Kantar and Zova, they kidnap Helena. They weren't building a life support system. It was a teleportation device to go to Golos.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
They had ulterior motives?
They were
Oh
tricks.
My God, Brandon, you're kidding me. You mean someone was about to betray the Alphans? You're kidding.
Right.
You're kidding. I don't believe you.
But Golos, man, is the polka dot planet. That is.
And they get there with NBC mystery movie technology.
Right.
They transport there. They have those like Kubrick used at the end of 2001 with the plane, the light planes on either side, and the planet, the polka dot planet in the middle. Oh my God, it was so funny. I'm just like, oh, NBC mystery movie. I remember this.
So when they arrive at their destination, they're recognized as exiles. Kantar threatens to destroy the main life planet if the ruler of the planet is not brought before him. Mirella arrives.
Now, the main life plant, hold on. The main life plant in this is a giant light up coffee table, yeah?
It is.
Isn't that what he keeps threatening to destroy?
Yep. I'm going to break this table.
Giant conference. I'm going to break this light up conference table if you don't bring me your leader right now.
So Mirella.
I'm sorry. I just thought it was hilarious.
She arrives on Kantor, tells her to tell people of Golos that there are the new rulers of the planet, and if she does not comply, he will destroy the life plant. Mirella counters that the two of them will not be able to hold all of Golos captive. Zova tells her that the Alphans will recover the rest of their group, then returns to oversee the operation. She tells Koenig of their plan, and he refuses to cooperate. Like,
well, plus, I mean, the hippie dude doesn't realize until this point that he's been gone for 300 years, right? Like he's yelling, "Bring me Zontar," or whatever the hell the guy's name is. I can't remember. I'm sorry, I can't remember all the made up alien names. He's like, "Bring me Zontar, give me Zontar. I want his head." Blah blah blah. And they're like, "Dude, he's been dead for 300 years.
Yes,
I'm the leader now."
Yeah.
And he's like all mad and stuff.
And like Kantor's got like a Viewmaster on his palm that you can look at.
Yes. He
Like,
does.
All right.
It's an eye palm.
Helena Russell then realizes she has made a grave mistake of making a clay bust of herself as Zova digs her fingernails into the sculpture and she starts screaming. And Koenig.
Wait a minute. Time out here. Okay. First of all, she scrapes her fingernails into a bust of Helena. What is this voodoo? What's going on here? Are these like intergalactic voodoo people?
Like Zova didn't create this. Like if Zova had created it in the episode and gifted it to Helena, maybe. I don't know. But Helena made this.
And first of all, and then second of all, how does Koenig hear the screams? She's on another planet, millions of light years away or whatever. How does he hear her screaming? He's just like, as far as he's concerned, she's just scratching up a sculpture. And he's like, okay, you messed up her sculpture. Wow, how evil.
Golos ex machina, I guess.
But I wrote this one thing down that Kantor says when he says, "You are crippled by your ancient morality."
Yes.
That was a great line.
Great line from the voice dub actor of Kantor. Koenig eventually gives in and agrees to recover the rest of the capsules. He, Maya, and Zova are taken to recover another capsule. They all suit up and attach lifelines for a spacewalk. But like, dude, fucking Koenig, like, holy shit!
Kicks her ass right now.
He detaches her and like knocks her ass into space.
He just
like
holy gives her the boot
shit.
right out into space.
Like that is cold, man. He's like, like,
Katie get messing around.
And Kantor tries to shoot.
It was so funny.
He tries to shoot Helena as retribution, but she scratches the protective membrane that has maintained his youth for the last 300 years. It's like scratches.
Let me ask you something real quick. Did they mention this at all in the show up until this point?
Nope. I was like, what is going on?
Good. Because I thought I had missed it. I went back even. I was like, did they mention something about him having a protective membrane or something? And I was like, no. Okay, good. I'm glad it wasn't just me. Because like,
all that happens is like him being told like 300 years, like he's been gone for a shitload of time. But you think because of cryogenic sleep? Oh, okay,
right.
But
exactly that he's cool, right? But and then Helena gets within like striking distance of him, and instead of punching him or hitting him or knocking him down, she like scratches his face like Wolverine with her nails or whatever. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Is this like supposed to be like some sort of artistic thing about like Zova doing that to her, and now she's doing it to him?
Right? Yeah. No, that's
But then she like busts out this exposition. She's like, "I've destroyed his protective membrane."
The play-by-play exposition color commentary by shouting Helen Russell.
That's exactly what I wrote. That is exactly what I wrote. Play-by-play exposition.
Yeah, and he
she scratches it off, and he keeps shooting props. Right?
Yes.
He keeps using the gun on props, and she's like, "You're getting old. I've scratched your protective membrane. Boom, boom. You're getting older. Boom, boom. Every minute is another 10 years for you. Boom, boom." And they cut to him, and he's wearing this ridiculous rubber mask covered with beard and long hair. And I'm just like, how did his hair grow?
He is. He looks like John Travolta playing the role of God in something. Like it's Travolta's face. Like
it's hilarious.
Yeah, and he like keeps.
And then she keeps saying, "You're too feeble. You're getting older by the second." Bam, bam. She's like, "You can't even destroy. You're too feeble to hold the gun." And she keeps like telling him what's happening to him. Like we can't see it.
Yeah.
She explained it too. Yeah, but you're right. It was like a play-by-play of everything that was happening.
So he like gets too feeble eventually, and then Mirella, she returns Helena and Tony to Alpha, where they reappear in life support. They head back to the command center, but are met en route and greeted by John and Maya, Maya figures out a way to use their anti-gravity screens to return the capsules to their original trajectory. And then this end scene.
Why didn't they do something about them? Are they just gonna? They're just gonna send these frozen fascists off to someone else to deal with?
Yeah, someone's gonna find them.
That's what got me. I'm like, exactly. I mean, they're just like, oh, well, they're gonna be someone else's problem. Bye, and they send them off. I'm just like, can you deal with this in any way other than what you did? I guess I don't know. That makes them mass murderers, I guess. But still, I mean, they're like this fascist group. You're just gonna send them off to some other planet where they're gonna be dicks. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a whole lot more Cantars and Zovas out there.
We need to write the Cantor and Zova fanfic of what happens next.
Or what happened to get them there, where they get their facial coverings and stuff. And so epilogue. This new version of Space 1999, we got jokes. Tony tells Maya that she would be court-martialed if Alpha was a military base for embarrassing the man in charge. Maya asked if a kiss causes embarrassment for humans. Tony said it must for Psychons because she had to turn into another woman to do it. Maya said it was more fun that way and asked if he'd like to try, and he declined because she turns into an old woman.
Sorry.
Yeah. And Helena is in Koenig's quarters and sees the damage to her sculpture. She asked why he did that to her, and she said he probably thinks she looked better that way, not letting him get a word in, and suggesting he make her a pretty nose.
I didn't get that at all. Was that supposed to be a joke? I didn't get that. If it was
Barbara Bain
joke,
have does she have like a nose job maybe, and that's like an inside joke?
I don't know. Well, maybe. I kind of doubted that.
That's the Exiles.
Right. Ooh, boy.
This is a bit of a wacky episode.
Got some space fascists who look like hippies.
Right? Yeah. It is when you think of corny sci-fi shows like the stereotype, this probably fits the bill. Stuff like that. But
I really want one of those big signs that just says danger, though. I mean, I just couldn't get over that. I'm just like, why are I could do a whole like Seinfeld bit about why are these here? Where's the danger? If there's danger, why do we need 5 of them? It just blew my mind.
So much danger in all different languages.
But look, Brandon, we've got 3 of these big signs that say danger. Don't you think that's enough?
No.
Don't you think that's enough? Don't you think people know they're in danger? Okay, well, let's get a couple more.
Come on. You think 3's enough? No. Should we stop
need more.
At 5? Stop at 5.
Let's get 5. Okay, 5's enough. Okay,
let's roll with 5. Wow.
That's a lot of danger.
It's a lot of Exiles, a lot of danger.
Awesome.
But yeah.
That's what happens when you mess with badminton birdies you find in space.
Right.
That's the lesson here. That's the moral.
Just let him go. All right. Well,
just let him go, man.
That'll do for another Mood Buggy adventure. In the meantime, Jim, where can people find your badminton pod?
Well, my badminton pod, Shuttlecocks Incorporated. That's my badminton pod. Every week I'm on Nothing's On with Donnie Salvo and Daryl Taylor. We look at the week in movie and TV and entertainment news and try to make some sense and fun stuff out of it. It's a good show. You should listen to it. It's at the Taylor Network of Podcast.com. And every week now, the Walking Dead TV podcast is back into swing. We are covering every episode of The Walking Dead, the final season as we wind down to the very end of the series. Oh, my goodness. And we've been there since the beginning, so you want to ride with us. We know what we're talking about, and you can catch that on hhwlod.com.
It's the Walking Dead podcast of Walking Dead podcasts.
Yes, it is the Walking Dead TV podcast.
It is. And hashtag Brandon was dubbed, and I'm on Twitter and Instagram at BrandonForkyUHD. Written work at whiteandblue.com. There's more from the Brandon Peters Show this week. But until then,
Alpha out.
Thank you for listening. The Brandon Peters Show is a Creative Zombie Studios production. Produced by Brad Shoemaker and Brandon Peters. Written and edited by Brandon Peters. Announcer vocals by Jessica Alsman. Theme song by Metavari. Web design and show art by Brad Shoemaker with Brandon Peters. All music and clips featured in the episode are property of their respective studios, and no infringement is intended. Additional information on this and other episodes at BrandonPetersShow.com. For any inquiries, press opportunities, or sponsorship, contact mail at BrandonPetersShow.com. The show is available on Apple Music, Spotify, or anywhere podcasts are found.